Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition. I made two trades this morning, um, both on Boeing, actually. Um, Not bad trades. I definitely uh, should have had a little bit different strategy, but in the end, I still made money on both of them. Could have definitely made more though. Uh, I initially bought Boeing calls at 9:31, right after the open. The reason why is we had a bullish engulfing candle right at the open, pretty big bullish engulfing candle. So I got in it right at the open. Here's the bullish engulfing candle. We opened here, pulled back a little bit, and then once we started coming back up and broke over that bullish engulfing candle, that's when I entered. I entered about here, wrote it up. I bought four contracts at $1.19, so 480, almost $480. I sold two of them a minute after I entered at $1.44. So you see at 9:32, which was almost the close of this candle. I think it was actually right when I got to this simple moving average, the 200 or 100. When I got to that 100, that's I think when I sold sold two of the contracts at $1.44. So if we look at 144 from 119 entry, 21%. The problem is I should have sold all four. Um, but you don't know that. I sold the last two at break even at 9:33. So the open of that next candle, I bought in, yeah, right here. I sold the other two right here. If I had held those for just a minute longer, it ran right back up and it continued on the rest of the day so far. I mean, it's only 1 o'clock now and it's still going. Um, so I got out right here at the open of this candle, and then I got right back in at 9:36. I bought six contracts at $1.26. 9:36, and at this one I kind of screwed up. I bought right here. When it came up here and popped above this line, I kind of thought that we were going to go from here. I jumped back in, and I probably shouldn't have jumped in as heavy as I did when I did, but I jumped back in with six contracts at $1.26. So I spent $756 of the funds that I had. Um, I rode it all the way down to here. I was not looking for it. My stop was going to be a close below these levels, basically below what is today's open. Yeah, to close below today's open was going to be my stop out. I had my finger on the sell button when it was down here. Luckily, it popped back up, so I was able to get out of it with profit, but I didn't get out with enough profit. I don't want to say enough because I don't want to play the greed thing, but I got out at $1.37. I sold two of them at 10:08, which was right after this candle opened, and I sold those ones because we hit pre-market highs. I sold two contracts right there at pre-market highs at $1.37. It wasn't much of a gain, 11 cents on $1.26 entry. So only 8.7% on that first sell. I sold another contract at 10:24, which was the open of this candle. So that was a pretty good sell. And the reason I had an order in there was because we were right about at the the high of the day. So I had an order in to sell another one when we got close to high of day. So I sold another one there, and that was $1.47. And then I had my stop out set for break even. Not set, it was a mental stop. Break even, I stopped out at 10:43, which was right after the open of this candle. This wasn't necessarily, I mean, yeah, you have good support here. You have a couple good layers of support here, but my stop out was going to be break even on the rest, and it came down real close to that, so I stopped out of the rest. I didn't, I guess you could say I played it more emotionally than I did technically, because technically you wouldn't have stopped out right here. From a technical standpoint, this isn't a stop out because you have your VWAP, you have your 100 simple moving average, and you did break below the cloud, but yeah, from a technical standpoint, that's not a stop out. That's more of an emotional stop out. I don't want to say emotional because protecting your capital is not, shouldn't be considered an emotional decision. I just didn't want it to go below break even. I kind of let that happen. I think it was yesterday, and I didn't want it to happen again. So, in the end, I think I only made 5% on the second trade. 372, and I got that from 124 times 3 plus 147 plus 137 times 2 is 274. So I sold for 793. I paid 756. So 756, 793 minus 756 divided by 756. I only made 4.8% on that second one. Not that good, but in the end, I made $89 on the day. I'm not going to complain about that. I guess it's better than, and look at it now. It's better than sitting on it longer and taking a loss. And that's one reason why I don't like going back and looking at stuff after I'm out. What about the 387.50s? Let's take a look at that chart. 387.50s right here. Come on. Can't get my clicker to work. Okay. So the high, you look at level 2, it's 185 by 191. Let's get rid of that level 2. I sold at $1.24. So yeah, I sold way down here at this level, and now we're at $2. So yeah, 190 by 197. Yeah, we're at $2. I paid $1.26. I really didn't technically have a reason to stop out of this right here. Technically, I should probably still be in this trade and be at $2 on those last three. So that's an extra $225. At $2, it's 76 cents per contract. I had 3 contracts. It's $225, $228 more than what I have in there now. So anyway, I'm not going to second guess myself. It is what it is. I did what I thought was the best move at the time, stopping out here at break even. I didn't want to turn it into a loss. It was, decent day. Didn't want to turn it into a bad day, and I took what I thought I could get at the time, and bird in the hand kind of thing. So, but anyway, as you can see, I made the right calls. Jumped in on this bullish engulfing after it pulled back and broke back above the support levels, or above the resistance levels. That's when I jumped in, and it held those levels, didn't close below those levels at all, even in this you know, in this chop right here, this consolidation, the sell-off slash consolidation didn't close below it anywhere. This was the closest candle we came to closing below it, and yeah, and the chat room jumped in it shortly after I did. I don't know exactly what time they jumped in. I don't want to click on. I don't want to click on the screen and have their. I don't think they'd be happy with me sharing their screen. At least live during the day, but I think they got in later on. I know they talked about a high break at the high day, so I think they got in about here. High day break they were talking about, so they probably got in about here. I was already in from way back here, but Boeing's one of the ones that, you know, it gets played a lot in this room. So, and if you're interested, it's ramp up trading, I think is what it's actually called. Just do a search for ramp up trading, you'll find it. You know, they're on Twitter, probably other social media. I'm not on Facebook or anything, so I don't know, but I know they're on Twitter. And if you're interested in following me on Twitter, my handle's Optionizer SS. You know, when I post this video, I'll put a tweet out there with a link to the video and just a brief explanation or you know, what I did today. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, I bought off the bullish engulfing. This isn't always gonna work, but I felt today that it would. I just like the direction it was going. I like the levels here that it broke above. Just thought it was going to work out, and it did. So that's the only trade I made today. In this account, I'm pretty much out of funds for the day. It doesn't tell you how much you have left because it's a margin account. But I traded $600 and some dollars. Let me look. This here is 480. 126 times 6. Yeah, I probably have about $350 left to trade with, but I'm not going to try to get into anything with that. I'm just going to call it quits for the day. You see, we're up to 233 on these contracts now. So, yeah, I had the right play, the right call. I just got out at the wrong time, but it is what it is. Still worked out. Still not going to complain about a $90 day. This account started last week at 1,000. I'm actually kind of broke even for this week. I had a losing day yesterday. I think it was like $60. So I might be up about $20 for this week. But Mondays and Fridays are my worst days. I think Mondays because the contracts are too expensive for my style, and on Fridays are too cheap for my style. You know, Mondays I can't buy 5 contracts. I can only buy 2, maybe 3. So it makes it harder to scale out. And Fridays they're just too cheap and they just move too quick. So I'm not sure if that's the reason why. I'm kind of thinking that's what it is. But I'll figure it out. So anyway, just back to these candles. You know, I started talking about candles the other day. Before I go here real quick, talked about a bullish engulfing candle right here. If you missed this entry, you missed all this and you didn't get in and you're trying to find a place to get in, there's a couple places you could have got in. You could have got in here when it broke back above the cloud. But what I usually look for is another reversal candle signal. Here's another bullish engulfing candle. Bullish engulfing candle. I don't really like how long that wick is. That wick's a little bit longer than I like to see, but it's still bullish engulfing candle. After, you know, it consolidated, it ran up, it consolidated, bullish engulfing, and then it took off again. Now here we had a bearish engulfing, but it's not a bearish engulfing. That's a dark cloud cover. Right there, dark cloud cover. Dark cloud cover, if you don't remember, it's basically similar to bullish or bearish engulfing, except for it stops. It doesn't it doesn't envelop the whole thing. It only has to go at least halfway through it, which would be about here. So that's called a dark cloud cover. A technical entry for dark cloud cover, you need a confirmation candle. A technical entry would be a print below the low of the dark cloud cover, which is 381.24. So you would have had an entry signal here. You probably could have made a few percent down to here, but it's a strong stock. I don't know if you really want to go against the trend on a day like today when it's it's pretty strong. But this would have been the best entry if you missed it in the morning. Not to say there's other entries that wouldn't have worked. I mean, this would have, you had a lot of support here, so this would have been a decent entry. I just like the candles better because back here there's some decision making. It's like, well, there's support, blah blah blah. Over here, you have a definite reversal candle right above support, broke above the cloud. There's less to question, less objectivity there. So anyway, I'm going to get going here. Thanks for watching, and I'll try to get another video out tomorrow. Hopefully you have a good day tomorrow, and talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.